The clock struck midnight, and Anna's screams still echoed in her own mind, though no one else heard them. She was a prisoner in her own home, her body trembling not just from pain but from the suffocating weight of her husband's control. Anna sat on the edge of the worn-out couch, her hands clasped tightly around her abdomen, where a sharp, unrelenting pain had taken root over the past week. It wasn't just discomfort, it was a gnawing, twisting agony that kept her awake at night, whispering fears of something serious, something that needed a doctor's attention. She glanced at the clock again. 12:03 a.m. She had to get to the hospital. Tonight. But Mark, her husband of 5 years, stood like a sentinel by the front door. His broad frame blocked the only exit, his arms crossed, his eyes cold and unyielding. "You're not going anywhere," he said, his voice low but laced with a venom that made Anna's heart race. "Not until you tell me who you're really going to see." The accusation wasn't new. Mark's paranoia had grown like a weed, choking their marriage with suspicion. It started with small things, checking her phone, questioning her errands, but now it had escalated to this. A full-blown embargo on her leaving the house. He believed she was hiding something, someone, and no amount of pleading could convince him otherwise. The pain in Anna's stomach flared again, and she winced, clutching the couch cushion. "Mark, I'm not lying," she said, her voice breaking. "I need a doctor. Please." His face didn't soften. "You think I'm stupid? You're sneaking out to meet him, aren't you? That guy from your work. I saw the way he looked at you at the Christmas party." Anna's jaw dropped. The Christmas party was 6 months ago, and the guy was a coworker who'd asked her about the weather. But Mark's mind had twisted the memory into something sinister, and now it was her cage. She tried to stand, but the pain forced her back down. "Mark, I'm begging you. This isn't about anyone else. I'm sick. I need help." He stepped closer, his shadow falling over her. "You're not leaving this house, Anna. Not tonight. Not ever, if I can't trust you." The room felt smaller, the walls closing in. Anna's breath came in short, panicked bursts. She thought of the hospital, the sterile safety of a doctor's office, the chance to understand why her body was betraying her. But Mark's control was a chain, and she was running out of time. Then she remembered her phone, tucked beneath the couch cushion. Mark hadn't taken it, not yet. Her fingers fumbled for it, her heart pounding as she glanced at him. He was pacing now, muttering to himself, his back turned for just a moment. She unlocked the phone and dialed the one person she knew would fight for her. Her mother, Ellen. The phone rang once, twice. Anna prayed silently, her eyes darting to Mark. Finally, Ellen's voice came through, warm but edged with concern. "Anna? It's midnight. What's wrong?" "Mom," Anna whispered, her voice barely audible. "I need you to come get me. Now. I'm sick and Mark won't let me out. Please, Mom, I'm scared." Ellen's tone shifted instantly, sharp and fierce. "Where are you? Are you safe?" "I'm at home. He's by the door. I don't know what to do." Anna's voice cracked, tears spilling down her cheeks. The pain in her stomach surged, and she stifled a gasp. "Stay on the line," Ellen said. "I'm coming. I'm bringing your brother. Hold on, baby." Anna hung up, her hands shaking. She shoved the phone back under the cushion just as Mark turned to face her. "Who were you talking to?" he demanded, his eyes narrowing. "No one," Anna said, her voice trembling but defiant. "I was just checking the time." He didn't believe her. She could see it in the way his jaw tightened, the way he stepped closer, his hands clenching into fists. "You're lying," he said. "You're always lying." The minutes dragged on, each one heavier than the last. Anna's pain grew worse, a constant reminder of her body's urgency. She tried to focus on breathing, on staying calm, but Mark's presence was a storm cloud, dark and threatening. She thought of her mother, of the fierce love that had carried Ellen through years of raising Anna and her brother, Tom, alone after their father left. Ellen wouldn't let her down. She never had. A car engine rumbled outside and Anna's heart leapt. She glanced at the window, catching the glow of headlights. Mark noticed too, his head snapping toward the sound. "Who's that?" he barked, striding to the window. Anna seized the moment. She pushed herself off the couch, ignoring the stabbing pain in her abdomen, and bolted for the door. Mark spun around, his hand reaching for her, but she was faster. Her fingers fumbled with the lock, her breath ragged. "Anna, stop!" he shouted, lunging forward. The door swung open just as Ellen's car screeched to a stop in the driveway. Ellen burst out, her gray hair wild in the night wind, her eyes blazing with a mother's fury. Tom, Anna's older brother, was right behind her, his broad shoulders tense, ready for a fight. "Anna!" Ellen called, her voice cutting through the night. Mark grabbed Anna's arm, yanking her back. "You're not going anywhere," he roared. But Ellen was already there, shoving herself between them. "Let go of my daughter," she said, her voice low and dangerous. "Now." Mark hesitated, his grip loosening just enough for Anna to wrench free. She stumbled into her mother's arms, sobbing, the pain in her stomach now matched by the ache in her heart. Tom stepped forward, his presence a silent warning to Mark. "Back off," Tom said, his voice steady but cold. Mark's bravado faltered. He was outnumbered, outmatched by the love and loyalty standing before him. "This isn't over," he muttered, but he stepped back, his hands raised in surrender. Ellen didn't waste time. She guided Anna to the car, her arm wrapped protectively around her daughter. "You're safe now," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "We're going to the hospital." The drive was a blur. Anna leaned against the window, her breath fogging the glass as the pain ebbed and flowed. Ellen held her hand, her grip firm and unwavering. Tom sat in the front, his jaw set, his eyes scanning the road as if daring the world to challenge them. At the hospital, the staff moved quickly. Anna was wheeled into an examination room, her mother by her side. The doctor, a kind-faced woman named Dr. Patel, listened as Anna described her symptoms. Tests were ordered and soon the diagnosis came. Appendicitis, caught just in time. "If you'd waited any longer," Dr. Patel said, her voice gentle but serious, "it could have been life-threatening." Anna's relief was tempered by the weight of what had happened. She thought of Mark, of the man she'd once loved, now a stranger consumed by jealousy and control. She thought of the years she'd spent trying to make him happy, sacrificing pieces of herself in the process. And she thought of her mother, who'd dropped everything to save her, and her brother who'd stood ready to protect her. As Anna recovered in the hospital, Ellen and Tom stayed close, their presence a reminder of the family she'd always have. But the scars of Mark's control lingered. She knew leaving him wouldn't be easy to fight to keep her, to maintain his grip on her life. But she also knew she was stronger than she'd realized, bolstered by the love of those who truly cared for her. Days turned into weeks and Anna began to rebuild. She moved in with her mother, who welcomed her with open arms. Tom helped her file for a restraining order, and though Mark's threats continued, Anna found courage in the support around her. She started therapy, unraveling the years of manipulation, learning to trust herself again. The pain in her stomach was gone, but the pain in her heart would take longer to heal. Still, Anna felt a spark of hope, a sense that she was reclaiming her life. She thought of the night she'd called her mother, the moment she'd chosen to fight for herself. It wasn't just about escaping Mark, it was about choosing her own worth, her own freedom. One evening, as Anna sat with Ellen on the porch, watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of orange and pink, she felt a warmth she hadn't known in years. "Thank you, Mom," she said, her voice soft but steady, "for coming for me." Ellen squeezed her hand, her eyes glistening. "I'll always come for you, Anna. Always." The journey ahead would be hard, but Anna knew she wasn't alone. She faced the darkness and found her way out, carried by love, courage, and the unbreakable bond of family. What would you have done in Anna's place? Was she right to defy Mark, or should she have tried to reason with him longer? Share your thoughts on where justice lies in this story, and how we balance love, trust, and personal freedom in our own lives.